Hey guys, hope you're all having a nice evening. And we're gonna keep building on what we did the last time. I guess it's gonna take us a while to finish this entire area. I have been a somewhat busy bee off stream. Not too much, but I've been filling out the boring parts of this and doing a lot of vegetation here. We're gonna have to do a lot of surface work today. I started in a few areas, but generally, surfaces are still lacking quite a bit. So yeah, I think our main thing we're gonna do today is work out this kinda new area up here, which we had a look at this the last stream already, though it looked a bit worse than it does now. Pretty much just, I don't know, some kind of vineyard. I just wanted this cute kind of rundown, but pretty cute mansion up here. And then I put some kind of, well, vineyard inspired. It's not really a vineyard, we don't really have the plans for that. But vineyard vibe built up here, and all of this is definitely quite a bit too blank for now. But I did finish this off stream, which honestly there was not too much to do. The farm was like pretty solidly drawn out from the get-go, but yeah, I found the time to actually fully fledge this out, and I think this turned out really cute. It's not too special, but then especially with a nice detail on the field back there. Well, and I guess we have a second nice detail up close here, because this is the Tomako farm, which I guess I should adjust the decal a little and make the farming darker. What do you mean? I'm even if nobody is there yet, kind of the point of streaming, and it's something that I took a while to get comfortable with, and I'm not fully comfortable yet, is that you're talking to yourself even if nobody is there. So I'm talking to myself sometimes, I guess, but then if people tune in, or if people start coming, or if somebody is watching the VOD, then still important, I'm talking to somebody. And welcome in, cuties. How's it going, Sunny? And how's it going, Elgando? Well, and usually I'd say, what do you mean, gay? But then I guess with the cute rocket ship we have on our screen, I guess it's nothing. I can say something again. But yeah, this farm, we finally worked it out, and honestly, I think it turned out very cute. And with that, we're gonna dive back into this entire area, which, well, intended for Moose build off, and we kinda, I would say we actually kinda finished this desert on the last, or the canyon itself on the last stream. I did something because people were complaining that our slackline is too deadly, and I guess it's still not a safe slackline, but I put some kind of protectors here in the landing. So if you're too fast and you smack into the wall, it's still gonna hurt, but maybe you're not gonna die. I don't know, I'm not taking any responsibility for people taking this, because we put those, and I'm gonna build a proper sign with right everywhere later. But yeah, I put some warning signs here so people are aware that they shouldn't go up. And yeah, it's funny you mentioned the music, Sunny, because for once I've been finally catching up a bit on YouTube videos of people, including your nice YouTube video you put out. And one of the YouTube videos that got recommended has been the City Planner Plays Tropico video. And I used to love playing Tropico. Like, it's been years since I played Tropico, but I used to absolutely adore that game. And one of the things that I liked so much about Tropico has been the soundtrack. So I figured Since Los Vagos in general is kinda tropical vibed, we might as well have a tropical soundtrack night today. So I added the soundtrack of many different Tropico games, which I believe I only played Tropico 3 and 4. So I don't know the later ones, but I love Tropico 3 and 4, so I threw all of the soundtracks in a playlist. And no guarantee for what's in there. I have not listened to this in years myself. If some of the songs we don't like, we can remove them together, but I think it's a fitting vibe, especially for this. Because honestly, I think this area is starting to come together pretty solid. Yeah, I guess I know, Sunny. It's my honest truth is I've been not putting much effort in that because one of the reasons I don't do YouTube is because I don't have time for it, right? So I'm happy that I put the Vods out in general and I could add more music, but for now I just dropped one song in iLoop, which I know is not optimal, but it just as a start and it's also so silent that I figured it's fine. Okay, you say you'd rather have no music, that's curious. And hey Poplar, guys, you have to be very nice to Poplar, because Poplar is one of the judges of the competition. Not only should you always be nice to Poplar, because he's amazing and an amazing map maker, but we have to be especially nice to Poplar, because Poplar is gonna be one of the judges of the Moose competition. And we're building for the Moose competition, so we need some proper corruption today. Maybe name a road after Poplar and make the sir some compliments. Oh Poplar, you look so beautiful today. I nearly forgot to tell you. Yes, I mean maybe he can also be a matchmaker. I mean that was an accident, but maybe he can be a matchmaker. Moose is making a build of competition, which pretty much I believe the theme of it is parks and plazas and resorts. Don't quote me, I read the park part and I was like, oh my god, I wanted to build a botanical garden anyway, this is a perfect timing. So I did not pay attention to anything but the park part, but if you check in Moose's Discord, there is a channel and it's like in the announcements, I believe. I doubt it, to be honest. With those competition, it's so many good people. See, it's what I'm saying. I do think corruption is on brand in Los Vagos, so can't really blame me for trying to sway the competition. At least Poplar is not part of the competition this time, and he's a judge, otherwise he will probably take it away again. Well, we even have the proper Dictator soundtrack today, so everything on brand, I guess. But yeah, one of the reasons why I thought the Tropico soundtrack is so fitting for Los Vagos is exactly that. And I do need to make a new logo. I made a logo already for our botanical garden, which I think is a very cute logo. But then after I built all of these weird tall booth entrances and that signage on top of them, because we have like 3 of them here. To be honest, this one doesn't make that much sense anymore, because the park gotten a lot bigger, and this was the original one we had. But I will need to make a new logo that fits this dimension better than what we have so far. So I am gonna make something new, because I do think this can look really nice if we have a nice national park logo on top of there. Then I do think all of these tool booths really gonna add something. And here I actually went all the way out. This is how we imagine everything to look later, right? Here you can see we drawn out all of the surfaces. We have like rock surfaces, we have moss surfaces, we have the flower surfaces, and all of the vegetation. It's gonna take us a while because we have to do this everywhere here as well. So I actually have to admit, Poplar, that I don't remember where you're. I know that yes, you do have something, but I actually don't remember where it is. Maybe you remember if I zoom out. I actually think it might have been... Was it this one? I think it was maybe this one. It's so difficult to touch something here. It's not this one. I thought it is this one as well. Why is there should be your name in one of these? Because yeah, now thinking about it, I do remember. Why is this not called Poplar Estate? It is called Poplar Script. Okay, okay. It just didn't show for some reason. If I just hover over the building. Oh, it shows in the very bottom right. I'm just blind. I mean, to be fair, I did not really have a graveyard yet, but we are getting one right now, like this. Though, to be fair, it's not gonna be a super cool custom graveyard like in the last city I built, because I actually love this asset, and I have not used this asset yet, because I generally think this is very difficult style-wise to fit in a US city, but since we're in our weird botanical garden where we have lots of those weird old ruins like these here, and we have the actual proper mill here in this environment, well actually, and we have those ruins which really fully are the vibe of it. So I think here I can get away with this without it looking out of place. And I love the asset, so I literally am just gonna redecorate the asset, which clearly I started with already. But we're gonna prop this up a bit more, and then sure, if you want, I can place another headstone somewhere for you and you can get your own grave, but again, it's not a proper custom cemetery. Even though that's a bit of a letdown, I guess. I didn't even pay attention to the name. I guess so. I don't mind. People can still steal whatever they want. Everything, unless it's claimed already, like the cute building of Poplar. Then you can't steal it, but otherwise you can take whatever you want. The one area I'm pretty unsure about yet still is this. I mean, in general, because the entire botanical garden, and I actually think for once. Oh wait, I'm gonna check I'm gonna do so as told. I never paid attention to that. I mean, some of them are hard to read. Okay, that is scary. I did not want that gentleman in our city, though I guess he's dead, so... Well, look, it's me, Mr. Nobody. That's actually hilarious. Thanks for pointing. I would have never checked those. Okay, I was doubtful about how good they were gonna be, but they're actually solid names. I like it. That's hilarious. I would have never checked that if you would have not told me to. I hate how long it takes to zoom out again. But what I was gonna say is what I try to do in this entire nature reservoir, because I have quite a few other parks in this city, right? Like this one, for example. But I think all of these are kinda uneventful, right? It's just a normal hiking area. You go in the bottom, You have a lot of generic nature. It's cute, it's pretty, it's worth a nice hike, right? You have a nice lake at the top to look at, but there is not really any big attractions. And what we're trying in this, I want this to be very dense and very full of actual things to do, right? And the canyon, I guess, is the more boring and naturey part of our entire botanical garden. But I want something to be going on everywhere. We're gonna have to play Sims and make all of the paths like functional and that later. We have a lot going on. We have small areas like this everywhere. We have small rest areas and viewing platform. We have a small beach here. We have the dock on this side, another viewing platform, and this natural viewing platform where I guess Metzger said we should make some people cliff diving, which I think is a cute idea. But I try to get this dense, and the same is continuing here. And there is a few things we have not really touched in attractions that we need to work out. One is this, and it's more of a sketch of what I want to do, but I think we can do a lot better than this. So I think we're going to delete all of this and terraform this new. And I want this to be some kind of Native American, I don't even know how to call them, but those Pueblo towns maybe. And obviously I want a super small miniature version of that. But I want it more digged into the mountain. And then we need to find a proper location for the view tower.
Wow, it's very
and
nice.
we need to clean up this a little, which I just plopped this down very roughly, but I want some kind of shitty abandoned crash train accident here. And welcome in, Wolf, and welcome in. Matei, I never know how I pronounce your name correctly. You have to help me with that again, but nice to see all of you, and welcome in, Gray, as well. Nice to have all of you cuties here. And yes, this is for the moose build-off, indeed. I've been going very hard at the start, now we're slowing down a little, but it's also more clean up by now than actually laying out fully. Those areas in the very back that I just showed you, those are the areas that we really have to dig into, I guess. Well, you still have a month. I don't think I'll have that much more time in the end. So I'm sure this is gonna be easily toppable. After having seen the entries for City Plan or Plays competition, I know that this community is full of people who do incredible stuff. And that was only like 2 weeks or a week or something. Like, people were so cute or so quick with that and put out such cute builds in that little time. So really impressive in my book. And I do fear you guys have to watch me start with the most boring part out of all of this, but it just helps the most in getting this to look a bit more functional, and it's the surface work. And the first thing I do is kinda laying out the parts where you would see the cliff texture. I don't like the cliff texture much, and this is very subtle, right? But I do think if you do this on a bigger scale, it does make quite a big difference. It's the terrain surfaces of Gaga that we use pretty much all the time and we love. And we just outline the really terrainy areas where you would actually see a bit cliffy areas. And then later on we'll go over it with flowers and the grass as well. But I do think this is what brings the terrain a bit more depth, and in general, especially in the desert theme, I think it's really hard to notice how hilly stuff is. Like, there is a lot more terrain going on here than you would initially see. And I do think laying those surfaces helps quite a bit with getting the look through there. And indeed, very nice. We actually have a very nice graffiti now. I still have not managed to finish up those Twitch graffitis, but I did make a very nice graffiti, so in future we can blast that everywhere. And really, one of the things why I love these surfaces by Gaga so much is that we can throw them down as quickly and dirty as I'm doing here. And they still look perfect. With all of the other surfaces, you have to be a lot more careful and tidy. And being able to work this dirty is speeding this up a lot. I mean, I'm glad, and I'm with you. After not having listened to any tropical music in so long, I'm a big fan of the playlist tonight. So usually when you guys say something bad about me, I take no accountability and blame my viewers or other people. But since this is a compliment and you're telling me the music is nice, I'm gonna take all the credit and say, of course the music is nice, I chose the playlist. Is that not nice and humble? Emotional damage! Indeed, emotional damage. The last time somebody played that, I hope the volume of that was fine, because the last time somebody redeemed that emotional damage, it must have been way too loud, and everybody in chat was complaining that I need to desperately fix up the volume because they
I wish we had a cactus.
Lost their hearing. I also wish we had a cactus. Indeed,
I
very
wish
much
we
so.
had a cactus.
I limited the redeems after, I think it was 2 or 3 streams ago, when Moose and a bunch of other people hardcore bullied me with a cactus redeem, because it had no limit. But I've been a good streamer for once, and I fixed the redeems. So now you guys can still bully me, but not unlimited.
16 times the detail.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad that the volume is better.
Get the rocks. Yeah. Abdul?
Yeah, get the rocks.
Get the rocks.
Yeah, well. But look at this. This is just 3 surfaces mixed on top of each other. This had no depth before. And it's 3 Gaga surfaces. And suddenly this actually looks like a proper riverbed. I know people like the Sulis riverbed so much. And I get it, but it's too strong for my desert build. Like in here, the dark parts of the desert or the riverbed texture, it's too much, so I don't really like using it. But these subtle Gaga surfaces, god damn.
Wow, it's very nice.
Yeah, and I know like Gaga has been spoiling quite a bit, both in my Discord as well as in Elgendo's Discord. Gaga has been working on a lot of cool stuff in the background. He's just a bit of a perfectionist, so he takes long and makes sure everything is over polished, which is good because it's the reason why his stuff is so nice. That means we also have to bring some patience. But yeah, eventually we'll get more cool Gaga stuff as well. And at one stream, I'm not looking... Maybe Sunny actually can help me with this. Did any of you try around with the new recolor update a lot? And is anybody very good at using the palettes and can answer me a few questions about them? Ah, look who it is! The guy who I've been phoning about and saying how amazing. Gaga, look at how great your surfaces look in this. Like, this entire build is gonna be an Elgando and Gaga showcase. This is the best part, where I fully finished it already. Look at it, your rock surfaces, your flower surfaces, everything combined. It just looks absolutely beautiful. And I'm such a shit streamer. I've been missing things in chat, even though there is barely somebody chatting. And I like that. That's the vibe I want you to feel, Wolf. You are supposed to feel like on a Dominican beach. So very much on point. And I also get lost in Elgando's Discord. As much as I love Elgando, it's just too many channels for me. And I feel the same about some creator Discords. Like, I like a Discord small and cozy with little channels and easy to get into. So I can relate. I am too lazy to adjust the music while playing or while gaming, but if you send it to me, Elgando, I'm gonna send or add that to the playlist. And the next time we're gonna play nice tropical music while playing, I'm gonna add it and it's gonna pop up as well. Okay, and Sunny, if you're good with the palette tool, then you can answer me if I can use the palette to do what I want. You see, in this very small area of the botanical garden, you see this. Oh well, it's an ad break, so I guess. Oh well, you are a sub, aren't you? No, you're a VIP. Never mind, I'm gonna wait. Now we're gonna have to wait for the ad break really quick, because Sunny does need to help me on the recoloring. Because we will have to recolor all of these goddamn boulders, so eventually it's gonna hurt. Well, that's so sad. I'm gonna miss out on that $0.0. That all of that ad revenue I could have nearly afforded. I don't know. A corn, maybe, or electricity for my computer for 2 seconds. Okay, Sunny, you're back. Then now you can help me. What I want to do eventually, and I'm already scared of that task, and probably I should have thought this through before placing all of these rocks, and not afterwards, but I would like to recolor quite a bit of the rocks. Not all of them, some of them can stay gray, but I want weird variations. A brown one, a lighter brown one, and then some beige ones. Can I use the palette somehow to process or to speed up that process quite significantly for me? I just want these to be at random. If I click a rock, I want it to recolor a specific out of like 5 different palettes, maybe. Wait, we can actually. We're gonna practice here. We're gonna just take 5. Okay. So I have not looked at the recolor update in depth too much. So I am not properly aware of it yet. You have to walk me through it. This is the palette. And I just color the rock in what I want and then I add it, I guess. Well, we're gonna learn together then, Gaga. With the help of Sunny, we are gonna be palette professionals. That's a bit too much, actually. Maybe like this. Okay, this is the first rock. Need recolor UI up. Okay. Yeah, what am I looking for? The color painter tool keybind? Yes, very, very helpful. Alt F4 is the one. Of course, you're correct. I guess one of these, but none of these does what you said it should. Why do I need the keybinds? Can I not just do it while clicking? Shift P. But is this not fine? Like, if I want these, can I now not just add this? Oh, hold on. I just want him to take the colors I have already. Why is that not a thing? Oh, this is to draw in the end. Okay, I get it. Out of the object, okay. Yeah, but then I was hoping I can do it on the object to see the colors better that we're giving. Because like this, it's a bit of guesswork, I guess. And is this, what I also don't understand, I want all of the colors in the object to always be the same. I want it to always be this color in all 3 channels. And then I want to make multiple palettes. Okay, I can probably do it in the object. Gonna copy this, because then we can actually add it here. And I guess we do only have 2 channels, but that's fine for us. Rock 1. And now I save it. And I guess we don't want it to be for... Holy shit. Why can I not click any of this? Okay. I guess we want it only for props, because we only want a rock. Shouldn't he update it here? Maybe it is Elgando, to be honest. I said this before you arrived. We're just listening to the Tropico soundtrack. Yeah, I saved it already. It's just not... I guess I have to close it and go into it again. Nope. Why is it not saving? Rock 1. Maybe I have to also put rock 1 here. I don't want to describe all of them, and I want it only for props. When actually we can add the swatch so we always have the 3 channels, I guess. Where do you click none? I can't follow you. But see, when I save... It is so difficult to follow instructions through chat, I swear. I have no clue what you're trying to say. You click none on the rock, okay? Here. Ah. But then it's not really helping me as much as I was hoping to. I was hoping I can just make a few different rocks here. Like, I don't know, the one we have now. And then have a variation of like, I don't know, 5, 6 different rocks. And I was hoping I can add all of the colors into the palette. and just quick apply them to all of the other ones as well, but I guess that's not the thing. I was hoping I can just decide I want all of these swatches, and then I take the paintbrush and go around all of my brushes, and it randomly takes a color out of the colors I predefined. Yeah, I guess I can just, now I'm starting to understand. So how can I open the palette we just chosen? Can I edit this somehow? So I guess we're gonna try, if we take this color instead. Oh no, hold on, this is the one we want everywhere. Oh, this one we can't change because it's from the palette. I am confused. This makes sense. Ah, okay, now we can. I'm starting to slowly get it. I'm sorry, we're learning together. I've not used this properly. But okay, then we're gonna take this one because we can adjust the palette here. And we're gonna put this different color in here. We're gonna make another color in this one. Are these different enough? Yeah, they are different enough. Okay, so we want this one as well. We go back to in our palette and we add a third different color. You mean there is a... I guess this one. I mean, I know it's a great feature. Everything Jan builds is really good, but then it's also confusing to me. My question is, if I now apply this to the other ones, the palette, is it gonna... I don't fully understand it, to be honest. Yeah, I just tried that with taking that weird rainbow palette here. This one has all kinda crazy different colors. Should that not just be random if I go on the other rocks? Why is he taking only the same color, is my question, if there is so many here. Where do I do that? Am I blind? Yeah, I don't want to select my own palette. I want to select this weird rainbow one to see if it varies through the colors. I guess we can take our own one and see if it's different, but maybe I'm still missing something, because now he takes only the same color on all of them, right? Yeah, is that not my own palette, the way I just did it? Yeah, that's what I want. I want to randomize it in this or in this. I don't see the random button. I feel so blind. I feel incredibly blind right now. This is not random. Yeah, I want the same palette with different colors in the paint UI, not the rock UI. Okay, so in this one. But where's the... Yes, but this is giving it a completely random... I don't want it to be a random color, I just want him to choose randomly from the colors I gave it. But I don't want it to actually be random. If fact, now we lost this color, we want this color back and put it back into our palette. Shift and P. I am literally the most, because if you mean this button when you say random button, the one I'm over here, because this is not doing what I wanted to. What first button? I'm so lost. You said in the... Because yeah, this is a random bottom, but it is like, it just puts a random color, right? But it's not the behavior I want. What I want to have different palettes with different colors. And I guess what I want is a bit difficult. But I want this color to go on all channels, or this color to go on all channels, or this color to go on all... You mean at this one? Okay, let's try him. I should not close it. Because yeah, see, it always takes the same... It always takes the same one for them. Now they're all this beige first color. Which would be perfect if you just randomize between the swatches, but I don't know how to do that. What is if I put all of them, but that makes no sense either. Is this gonna do what I wanted to? I very much doubt that this does what I wanted to, but... no, it's all the same. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I can do this manually and just put like 5 different colors rocks and then 2 different runs over everything. No, they don't have one color. They have 3 different channels. That's why I'm saying I need one color to always apply to all 3 channels. He does that. That's actually what I want. He always puts the same color on all 3 channels. The issue is just I don't want all rocks to get only the same palette. I want them to vary through my different ones. And I don't see how I can do that. I wholeheartedly don't think I can do that. Because these all only get the same one. I mean, it's fine. I can just do it manually. I was just hoping that we can automate it. Okay, let's see if that is the case. So we put down my favorite chair, this one, and you say if I put multiple of these and now recolor with a palette option, these should get different colors. Because I don't think so. He gives all of them only the first swatch. I don't know. No, Mr. Trashcan, the exact opposite is happening. I'm learning how shit at the game I am, because I can't figure out how to do what I want to do. I mean, I can do it, but the way I would do it with is very complicated, and I was hoping I can automate it with recolor, but I don't think I can. The more I try, the more I think I can't. Because even I want to make a new palette. How do I here? New palette. But then we take an entire different palette if I choose this one, no? And leave the colors as it is. And now it's this one, but I don't want to have them in different. I want the same palette in all channels. I just want him to take different swatches. I can't import them yet, Mr. Trashcan. And also, you better give us free models as well once the asset editor is out. Yeah, I do have asset variation mod, but asset variation mod, that's just the vanilla color variations you're talking about, Sunny. So that is like, yes, I can circle through them, of course, with my keybind, but this is literally just the vanilla color variations that they have. And the rocks have color variations, but I don't want to use the vanilla ones. I want to use the ones I put in my palette. And then to circle through that, but I guess that is not what I want. It was not possible. I'm not supposed to do what I want. Which sucks, because we can do it otherwise, but the way we're gonna do this is gonna be the following. We're gonna take one that has a color like we want it. Then we're gonna take this, and then we're gonna move through all of this and just click random rocks. And we're gonna do this for multiple streams, because we have like a quadrillion thousand rocks placed. And then if we're happy with the amount of brown rocks in here, we're gonna go back and we're gonna take the beige rock we have, and we're gonna take this color and do the same thing. And I was just hoping that I can add all of the swatches to recolor, and then click a rock and he randomly chooses a color for that rock. So I don't have to choose which one or which color to put where, but let the game figure it. But I guess that's not a thing. Okay. We're learning together. I'm gonna do what you say. So we're gonna take this chair, we're gonna place a red one, we're gonna place a yellow one, or a white one, and a yellow one. Now we have 3 different ones. Now, you want me to put my palette in here, don't you? You want me to put this palette now? I mean, I'm very sure you're right with that, and he would be. Because the moment I put the palette, he's just gonna do what we had before and put all of the things in the channel. Okay, and now you want me to do what we did before and recolor these others, right? It was the same. No matter what we recolor, we only ever take the first. Why did he replace? Hold on. Don't laugh about me. This is not a me problem. This is a game problem. Why did he put all of the swatches in the same color? We had that differently. Somehow, maybe we can actually do. I'm gonna check after stream if there's nothing really important. I guess I can. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't have the same colors. We placed it correctly on all of them. Somehow that changed though. Now we have 3 different colors, okay? So, same test. We're gonna again place down 3 chairs. Where's the red one? Here's our red one. Okay, and now we put the palette in there. And And now we recolor the other ones. They're still all the same. Like, yes, I don't know why that happened, because our palette was fine earlier on. But it just takes the same color on all of them. I mean, honestly, I don't mind. I can do it. Yes, they are, but he keeps taking the same... Oh, because we did not... Hold on. Because we did not save that yet. I'm actually bad today. Now, it is different ones. But I don't want him to take the different ones for the different channel. I want him to always... See, now it is the correct way here. But he reset, hold on, he also reset the probability again. What if we put these all to 33 now? And save again. Okay, it's important that I remember to always save again. But none of this fixes my issue. Because now it's the different... I don't get this, to be honest. I don't know how to manage to do what I want. I'm gonna check my Discord real quick for what I got sent, but... Yeah, no, that button is to put it to all instances in the entire map, right? So if I want this color to be on every rock in my game, but I don't. I just want to recolor the rocks in this area. So that's not the solution, sadly. Okay, I'm going to the 3 chairs, this one. They also have it different now. He does see what he does here, but I hate that. He gives different, yeah, see, he gives different colors on the different channels now. And that's exactly what I said, what I don't want. I want all the channels to be the same. I just want them to be randomly from any of those swatches. I don't think there is a solution with recolor to my problem. This is still really cool and powerful for buildings, and I did learn how to use this better than before, but I don't think there is a solution for what I want, unless I'm really misunderstanding this. It's fine, it's fine. I can't go through the pain. Yes, but then I'm not really saving any... I'm not really saving anything, right? Because I do need to use all channels, because the rock actually needs 3 channels to be recolored, right? Because if I take a random color only here in the first slot, and it's a subtle one, this is only a certain shading, right? The rest of the rock is still gray. So if I actually want to recolor the entire rock, I do need all 3 swatches to have a color. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think it works on the rocks. Like, it's still interesting how it works, but for my rocks, I think the only solution I have is going through it. Oh, actually, that is interesting. And that does make sense. But that's not something I can fix going back anymore. What I should have done, I can tell you guys the correct variant. It's fine. I don't mind. I'm used to doing things painfully complicated in this game because I'm shit at the game. But what I should have done, and what you guys should do if you're doing something like this, is just build your own rocks in the editor. Because in the editor, you can just change your rock, make 5 different rocks in different colors, and then you can just take those rocks and you're fine. Yes, but that does not change the rocks I placed already, so that's not... That, again, would be a fix for the future, but that's not a fix that helps me currently anymore. Again, the best fix would be just making your own custom rock in different colors and then using that, but yeah, I did not think about it, so complicated. I guess so, and welcome in. And that's very cute of you, but it's more that I would like it, right? Like, as much as I am happy if you guys like my build, in the end, I just built for myself. Like, Los Vagos is
That's cute.
my baby and passion project, and I wanted the rocks recolored, so I'm fairly sure that I'm gonna go the painful route and manually recolor all rocks. Like, I don't know, it's fine. I'm not gonna enjoy that time. I'm just gonna put a movie in the second screen or something and watch a movie and click rocks half-iced. It's not that bad. I don't follow. What do you mean different rock shapes? I mean, I have some rocks that are like custom made. Like this is custom made. This weird statue thingy. This is not custom made, this we made. This one is custom made though. Yeah, I know, but you could just... It's not that difficult to make the random variations of them, right? So you would need a copy of every color of every single variation. And then of every variation, you could make a random boulder, right? So you could have like boulder random beige, boulder random brown, boulder random, I don't know. And then you make like 5, 6 different random variations, and then you can just use those while plopping, which also not optimal. Honestly, I don't think it's that bad to recolor them. Like, this is about the extent I want. I would want to add like 2 more colors. I still want the majority of the rocks to be gray. I just want some of them to not be gray and be a bit more interesting, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm generally not too worried of having to hand do them. The only issue with recoloring we'll run into is that something like this that is built in the editor, I can only recolor entirely, and maybe we'll have to rebuild this in-game instead, but honestly, not the end of the world either. And while I've been super productive off stream and getting loads of shit done, today on stream I've literally done nothing. Well, we done science, we learned about recolor, but it's not been successful science, so gonna try to actually do a little progress, because the surfaces really are gonna adjust this big time. It's not your fault, Asani, don't ever say that, because I'm very happy about learning those things, right? Because honestly, it's so helpful if somebody already tried around with those tools. And in general, I think recolor is super easy and straightforward, but then the palette tool actually is not super intuitive, and I've just not looked into it off stream before. But I'm very happy if you give me any tips like this, because I think for buildings it's really powerful. Because for buildings, yes, you want it to not always take the same channel like I want it to, but you want to randomize it, and you can pretty much preset your palette and then go through your entire city. Just our use case is not optimal for it. And I guess I should have actually not brought the rocks all the way up here, but they're barely visible anyway, so I don't think it matters too much. And I'm curious if any of you have a good idea what to do here. I did not really have a plan. I just, again, I want this entire nature reservoir to be really dense, right? I want you come in, you have the amphitheater, the next point is this thing, and the ruins here, and then you have the mill up here, you have the lake and all of the tiki houses, you have the resort here. And this is one of the weird things I built, which is supposed to be some kind of old ruin. If somebody has a good idea of what I can add to this, I'd be very happy about it. I think we have pretty little assets to build stuff like this with. So it's not optimal or anything, it's good enough, but not too much. Yeah, it's actually curious and good that you pointed that out. I would have never figured or thought about asset variation change or impacting the swatches and therefore kinda messing with the recolor in that regard. Because yeah, you're totally right. Like, I do force the same variation in everything I play, so of course I also get the same ones. Yes, you're totally correct. Actually, I forgot that, but this is your custom asset. Yes, I built a ruin. It's pretty much just a ground floor. I don't know. I've been in many like weird historic archaeology sites where you basically just have the walls kind of left of the floor plan that got then digged out again. And I use yours for that here, and we have a second, more modern one somewhere here, which both of them are nothing special, but it's something on the way, right? If you're walking all the way down this path, at least you don't have to wait till all the way back here or till the tower till something happens, but you have this small ruin on the way as well. Which honestly, they can be improved quite a lot, but is good enough for now. Yes, it's the same for me. Like whatever like weird old site I've seen with stuff digged out like that, it has been mainly the walls left. I would like some more variation, but then I do think we sadly have very little assets for that kind of thing, so I could not think of anything better. And then here I want to pay attention in general, because mainly this is very green compared to Los Vagos. And I like that. I want this to be a botanical garden, so I want this green, but I do want to pay attention that this is like the greenest area, this upper side here, and then the further we go up back here, the lighter I want to be in grass and the more I want to fade over to the desert, right? It's something that I do think is something you don't notice so much, but I think a big thing in cities is blending your environment correctly. Which means, for example, here we have super many rocks everywhere, right? And here we have super many rocks. But then we slowly fade out. We have quite a lot still here, we have a bit less, we have a bit less, and then we fade out. And it's the same here. We have a lot of rocks and then we slowly fade out. And we have to kinda nail the same look with our surfaces as well, where we slowly fade out from being super heavy green into being pretty light in the outer areas of the botanical garden. is one of the things where I've been very lazy with slides. The only Los Vagos is not really night optimized, to be honest. And neither is a park, though, to be honest, in a park like this, I also don't want lights. Like, this is a botanical garden. Maybe this deserves lightning, because yes, I could see there being like a theater or something during the night. And I guess this plaza deserves some lightning. And maybe 1 or 2 lanterns through this more central park here. All of this actual nature area, I don't want any light here. Like, if the sun goes down, you better brought your own flashlight or you're gonna be in the darkness. Do we have wooden lights? I mean, we do have all of the electricity here. I did bring all of that through, but the lanterns itself I don't like. The only part where I really paid attention to lightning that I'm very proud of is this that I showed you a while ago. Because yes, this looks beautiful during the night, but I don't know. The rest, I don't think we'll look at Los Vagos too much during the night. Well, and there is another thing we worked out during the night, and it's this beautiful hillbilly camp under the highway. That also is night optimized, but nothing else is. Well, yeah, for the airport, all of you... Sorry, I always forget. That hurts my poor eyes. I'm blind now, I guess. But yeah, the airport you have to thank Sully for. I would have never built this if he would have not asked for it. And I'm very happy he did ask, because I had a lot of fun building that airport. And something that is super nice if you're using the paths and dirt roads so much is that Gaga surfaces go below any of them. So we don't have to be accurate at all. We can really cut through here. Well, Matei, if you're still watching, look at this. You told me that last time I need some kind of natural seating area in the ruin here. And I've gotten some kind of natural seating area in the ruin here. I guess one thing we could try after having tried around with recoloring the rocks, if we cannot kinda hit the same color as the wall. That looks pretty spot on, actually. Well, see, it's why I did call you that in the past, but then you called me out for not using your name. Now I'm trying to use your name, and I know I can't pronounce it, because I heard you tell me how it is pronounced, and I'm not nailing it. I'm painfully aware. That is pretty spot on, color-wise, though. See, now your seating area is even on spot. Are you happy with this kind of seating area? I guess we should actually pull some benches and stuff like that in there as well later, but lovely small detail. And Sunny, since you were trying around with all of the volumetrics, go try around with shadows again. It really depends a bit on the city as well, but I love shadows, or not shadows, I mean fog in this game. I think fog is really beautiful. Especially in dirty US cities that naturally in real life also always look like they're foggy because they're so dirty. See, I thought we can be really dirty and just give this all of it, but it won't, or it will show over the water, so we have to make sure to exclude the lake. But this one is the very lightest. I love using this one the most because it's super subtle, and then you can just layer it a bit, and then it does get a bit darker in the areas here where you overlap, but it keeps the very general light green look of it. Yeah, fog is just too good. And really, fog also, you can get really different looks with fog if you play around with it a bit. But can you, I'm actually confused, can you keep the fog with Lumina as well? I thought that's something that's only doable with Preserve Photo mode. And I know you're Team Lumina. It's slowly getting there. These definitely need some as well. I think the one we have right now is very dark though, so I'm gonna keep this one kinda small and then go over it with a very light one. Actually, it's not that dark, but still it's fine. I wanted to fade out over here anyways. Oh, actually I didn't know. I thought you can not really adjust the fog as much, because really with Preserve Photo mode, the options you have in fog and the different looks you can get with it is really impressive. Go in the fog one. I'm not very good at this, but what I usually do, actually the max distance I don't use. These bottom ones I find very powerful, and then when you give this some nice, a bit yellowish atmosphere, and then obviously we want to raise this a bit, but this is kind of what I mean, is a bit too extreme for now. Which one did lower that? This one actually. I love the look of this because it looks so dirty, and I don't know, at least in my US experiences when I traveled there, LA, it looks exactly like this. Like when I was standing on top of LA and looking down at LA, like you can not even see downtown because the city is so dirty and polluted. So I love the visual of this. I do think it makes it a bit bland color-wise, so I guess I would have to compensate with more saturation, but the look of this is really nice, and I guess it's a tad too strong right now, but if we put it something like this, I can feel it in my FPS. We had barely 30 before, now we lost like 3 or 4 FPS doing this, so you do need a computer that I can afford it, but I love the look of this. If my computer will be better, I will probably always play enabled with fog like this. Because I do think it also, the long distance models in this game are not that great. A lot of things don't look that nice on the distance anymore. And the fog is kinda hiding that a bit. So not only does it add to the atmosphere, it also kind of hides the weaker side of the city's graphics, really. Yeah, that's really curious, because I remember when I was in LA, I could really, we were up towards like Mulholland Drive, and we were on some like viewpoint, obviously a lot higher, but actually a bit like this actually, and then you look down on the city and it was just hiding in gray. I guess so. We're actually so far away from outside the map that I never really had issues with that. One of the things that fog is a bit bad with, because to get the fog look even nicer, I think the maximum keys is really powerful to play with. Something like this. But then the issue is, if you have a build like ours, well, not really yet, but eventually we'll have different heath, right? Like this city is a lot lower than what we're gonna build here later. So this one gets a lot less fog than this one if we work with the fog keys, cause we have different levels. If your map is really flat and plain, then this is how to get the look the very best, but I can't really utilize that here. But yeah, if you have good tips on how to get the game prettier, Sunny, always hit me, please, because in general, I think you're one of the people where the game definitely is looking the most finessed and worked out. And Gaga is probably in shambles looking at me drawing his surfaces, because all of this is intended to be used perfectly layered to make up a proper garden. This is the grass, this is a dry grass, this is the moss on top of it, this is a different kind of... I just take them after how green it is in my desert, and then I draw them out anywhere where I feel like it needs a bit of green. So probably I use them really wrong, and Gaga is in physical pain looking at this, but I like them. I think they look cute the way I use them. I mean, yeah, I guess it is very realistic that it's that way. I don't disagree, but I don't think realism matters so much in cities. You just want a pretty consistent look for your screenshots in general. So while yes, in reality the atmosphere looks different in a mountain and in a valley, in game I would rather have a consistent look through everything. One of the things that I am not very good with is the clouds. I think clouds also look amazing in this game if you set them right. And sometimes if I play around with photo mode long enough, I randomly get a good setting that looks great. But I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just moving sliders around randomly, hoping that it looks proper. Well, I'm glad I got permission by the master himself then to use them however I want. I don't exactly know if anybody of you has a good idea what we're missing for our... Because obviously this is not properly detailed yet. All of this is missing ground vegetation and some shading and decals. But if any of you has some cute idea for a detail we can put here, gladly hit me again, because I want this botanical garden to be dense. I want something to be going on everywhere. And I do think while this is interesting, we could need another small detail somewhere here. I never paid attention to that. I do have something very weird happening lately, where sometimes my color, I guess that's probably related to the clouds then, because I have the clouds on, and sometimes when I'm playing, I notice that during a single frame, I quite drastically change color temperature, and suddenly my game feels a lot more cold or warm depending on what happens, and I could never understand where that's coming from, to be honest. And after asking for ideas on what we can do here, maybe I just got in my own cute idea. Because if I think about a wine club like this, or a winery, I guess is the right word, I do think about literature, and I do think about an actual stage. I'm not sure in which category it is, this one. I do think about somebody sitting here and reading, an author having a book reading and sitting here while people outside are sitting in the tables having a good time drinking wine. Also, I've never been to a vineyard or wine club, and it's probably very easy to tell from what I think is going on there, but clearly have no actual clue about it. But then, do we need to have clue? We don't. We just need to make a cute build. And welcome in, Chloe. It's nice to see you. Hope you're done with work already, though. Not sure. Well, at this time, actually, you could be done already. Give me the third rock. Where is the third rock? But I guess we move it manually then. Yeah, very nice. Should be on the patio. In fact, when you bought your house a while ago, which I believe is this one. Maybe I'm lying. We'll find out in a second. Yes, see, it's yours. We built you a nice patio here as well. Well, not really a patio, but you can sit outside and enjoy the view. Just like in your real place, so hope that's appreciated. So I guess what you're missing is actual rockets in the horizon. That's not something I can offer you in Los Vagos yet, at least. And now comes the most interesting part of my gameplay. That is probably also the thing I do the most, and I like what Mate called this, and I'm gonna keep butchering your name now anyways. Mate said I'm placing pubes, and I guess this is very accurate. It feels like I'm decorating pubes everywhere. And nobody should be too careful on placing pubes, because they add so much atmosphere to your builds. Everybody should be doing this. You have a diamond in your name, because I decided you're a VIP in my channel, so you have the VIP tag. Which I'm not a Twitch guy, I don't know what people use that for normally. I just gave that to people who are either in my chat a lot or are like content creators that I enjoy myself, and I feel honored if they're in my chat. You being one of them, so that's why. Take it as a compliment, or if you were not good with compliments, then you maybe it's me signaling that everybody with a diamond is an idiot and people should be warned. You take whatever answer you prefer. One of them was genuine, one of them less so. Well, I mean, actually, Gaga very much The thing is, I've only done this once at the very start when I was new to Twitch, and whoever was not watching me at that time, even though they deserve VIP like Gaga, has not gotten it, because I never revisit those roles after setting them up once at the start. Yes, I'm marking you for re-education. It's your ticket to go to Fat Camp in the next summer holidays. I really wish there would be a better option than what we're doing here to place some grass ground vegetation, but I'm not aware of any, so we're gonna do it the way we're doing it, I guess. And how are you enjoying playing Planet Zoo, Clovis? Are you missing cities when you're playing Planet Zoo, or are you actually having a good time? Because cities ruined me a little in some regard, and it's that I notice if I play a different... Well, I shouldn't call city simulation game, because there is no proper simulation to be had, but if I play a genre similar game to cities, I just feel like I would rather build Los Vagos instead of playing it. I don't like line tool with offsets for what I'm doing here. I think it can look fine for some things, but it looks too regular for the look I want here. You did not enjoy it? I was halfway memeing and thinking, I'm sure you had a good time, but I guess my joke was halfway through. I don't hate line tool. I think line tool is fine for bollards. I think line tool is fine for rocks in specific cases. And I think line tool is fine for, I don't know, very regular things like street lanterns or concrete barriers. But for vegetation, I hate line tool. I think it always looks horrible compared to hand placement. And I get it, there's people who want to get a big city with high population quickly, and for them line tool is a great alternative. But then, as somebody playing a city painter and not a simulation game, I don't mind clicking plants down for a while. I very rarely, but that's due to me being a desert city, because I used to use line tool for hedges as well. But I'm in a desert city, and I don't really think hedges fit very well. So I don't think I have an entire hedge in Los Vagos. I think there is not a single hedge in our city. So generally, yes, Los Vagos, wrong climate for that, I guess. And why did you hate Planet Zoo? Because you're not enjoying the game, or because cities is more fun, or... Because it's been a long time for me, but I used to play, you know, the first Planet Coaster a little, and I did have a good time playing Planet Coaster. I will. Actually, you know what? I should not say this while Unhinged Wolf is in chat, but I decided that sometime in the future I will probably build an entire zone city, because I do think you can build really impressive, beautiful zone cities, right? I just think at that moment you have to play the game very differently. At a very positive example of somebody playing the game super interestingly in the right way and make zoning interesting is Jonah, for example. Because Jonah plays with that weird 57-kilometer insanely big mammoth map mod, right? Which, holy shit, you cannot detail on that. It's just too big, right? You cannot detail a map that big. It looks absolutely amazing if you deliberately zone a map that big, right? You will not ever zoom this close into your city, because it's gonna look not that interesting at that zoom level. But then having an entire map like this built out, detailed, like not detailed, but properly zoned, yes, that does look really cool, and I don't hate zoning for that. I just think if you wanna properly detail and play at street level, then you are not doing yourself a favor if you're not flopping. I don't know, some people play really impressive on Zone City, so I don't generally hate it. And thanks for tuning in, Sunny. I assume that means you're gonna head out. And I don't follow Sad because I think you're going now, so I can't ask anymore. But I'm not sure what you mean with you managed to create a forest brush with a palm tree, because you can just scroll the page and use it fine, no? The question is, do we also put the flowers through all of these? I think it could get a bit too much, but at least in some of these areas they look so pretty. They just add another layer of texture, right? Like if you look from here, looks way more interesting in these areas where you have the blossoms as well. So yeah, I guess we do have to go through it with blossoms everywhere as well. I wanna try, I doubt it shows through this. Maybe a little. Yeah, nah, it doesn't properly show through it, but not the end of the world. But this is an example. I'm not sure if Legendo is still here. I showed it to him in screenshots anyways. These dirty roads that I kept bugging Elgando with, because I wanted those very orangey, typical Arizona shade in color. They are color matched to one of my favorite decals from Real Vision, and it's so perfect. You can blend so well, like the overlay between those roads and the decals is so flawlessly. Like if we look at it up here, I love it, and you guys will have those very soon. The only reason I think they're not released yet is because I'm being slow taking screenshots. But I'm very excited for those, because really there is quite a few of new ones we're getting. This entire folder here is, well, I guess not this one. This is the one I made myself. Well, I shouldn't say I made myself. I stole Elgendo's amazing work and I adjusted the colors slightly and then pretended I did something. But all of the other ones are actual well-made Elgendo netlanes that you will get soon. And especially these two paths, the white one and the small one, I love them. I will use those so goddamn much. And I'm glad you were still here to see that. And with this, I'm a bit unsure how we do this the best, because I want this to be very much... very gardeny, very kind of romantic and peaceful. So first things first, I do think we need to flatten slightly. Because I want this to be really green and then just have tables and chairs there where people can sit and have a wine and look at somebody reading a book for them. Or play the violin or something like that. What color channel does what does this do? Nothing, and this is that. This we can actually put a bit brighter and give some slight shade. Oh, it only adjusts the actual stage. Sad, I was hoping I can adjust the metal beams instead. If it's a stage, we actually want it a bit brighter. Yeah, something like this. And now this is actually something that Clovis probably has the most experience in. I want a cute arch here. And I guess the best arches we have are the British ones, no? Hi Dava, nice to see you. How are you cutie doing today? And how was your barbecue yesterday? You better had a nice barbecue for skipping on our stream. Can you still walk, or are you rolling back from the airport at this point? I don't follow your last sentence, Scody. I have no clue what I'm doing here, so bear with me. We're gonna have to figure out together. Ah, all right. Well, see, this is where you guys can tell I'm not from the US. So, while some US pop culture obviously makes their way to the EU, some of them also probably I have never heard of. So I'm gonna not be getting them. Turn this slightly, and then this is only for the very first row, and then we want some normal tables and chairs around. Yeah, I guess my horrible German accent will always out me right away. What is a posh people chair? Do rich people or a table? Rich people like a table like this, right? Hi, welcome in Andy. Nice to see you. Are you trying to say süß, the German? If so, that's very cute of you. And I guess you can't properly spell it because you don't have cool dots to go over your vocals like we do. I don't like the color of this. Can we make this a bit? Yeah, this is a lot better. Please, everything a bit lighter. This feels too cramped. I don't want to have this little... We're gonna have to figure out the spacing of this a bit better in a moment. I'm gonna put the vegetation down first, because I definitely want this framed and really green on the outside. So we're back to putting down pubes for a moment. And how are you doing today, Andy? Whenever I watch an Andy stream, I get incredibly jealous. Because Andy does have a cactus, while I just dream about the cactus 24/7. And wish I had one, but I don't.
I wish we had a cactus.
I am. Who does that go to? To Andy or to me, Clovis? Just so I don't make a fool out of myself if you made Andy and I DM you after a stream. Okay, see? Good I asked, because I would have made a fool out of myself. Yeah, this, exactly. Well, I mean, in theory, Scotty, it's even more difficult, because, well, that is a German word that's an absolute bitch. Because, yes, while you could say SS, like you spell it, in reality we would spell it like this. I actually posted it in chat, which I guess is another letter you guys don't really have, which is like a sharp S for us. So if you write it the way you do, most Germans would immediately be sussed out and think you're not German. But yeah, it's also like, it's a word with 3 letters, which 2 out of them look like made up symbols made from a kid, so not really your bad, but just German language being weird. I had French in school, and I don't want to say anything bad about French, because Gaga is French and he's amazing. But goddamn, I did not have a good time having French in school. Which was quite embarrassing, because my mom is, or used to be a French teacher for part of her life, so her son being absolutely horrific in French is... well, a disappointment, but I guess I'm known to be a disappointment. I am to you guys as well, so I got that going for me. Well, I don't think anybody has a good time learning German in school or in anything. In fact, I feel quite sorry for my cute Colombian girlfriend, because she's gonna have to learn German, which I'm not jealous of her in that regard. That is a chair that belongs to it. I don't like that chair though. Thank you. Yeah, the music, I said it a few times today, but the music, I'm amused that everybody likes it, because I love this as well. It's just the Tropico soundtracks. I used to love Tropico. And the last time I played Tropico was Tropico 4 or 3, so it's been a while. But I seen the City Planner Plays Tropico video on YouTube today, and I was like, god damn, the soundtrack of Tropico always was amazing, and it would be very fitting to Los Vagos, so I decided it's time that we blast some Tropico soundtrack on here. Send it to me, Elgato. I'm not sure, maybe you've done it already, I didn't check, but please send me the link to some of it so I can check it out. Because yeah, I need to educate myself. And if any of you are wondering why I'm being a complete weirdo placing all of the chairs one by one, because I'm a bit of a silly perfectionist, and somebody pointed out in chat, or Michael, one of my longtime viewers in chat, pointed out it looks unnatural if I just take the pre-made table sets. So since the day he told me that, I always hand place them, and I hate that I have to do it, but I can't unsee it anymore. I just don't like the pre-made sets anymore. So now you guys have to suffer through this with me, and now I pointed it out to you guys. You also have to start hand placing your chairs. So I'm sure all of you hate me now. You mean the soundtrack, Davam? This is the main track, the one we're listening to right now. I love this. This is my main memory of playing Tropico, because this song came all the time playing. I believe it must have been Tropico 4, and I loved it. I shouldn't sing, everybody else, or else everybody's gonna tune out immediately. I don't want to make you guys suffer, so I'm gonna hold on the singing. But yes, now Wolf, you will have to suffer through the same as me and custom placing all of your tables. Also, if Dava is still here, I actually need and kinda want, well, we're gonna have to take a quick break on our actual building. Because first thing first, I want to show off my cool airport to Dava. And then I need your input, because Dava, you should be excited. We're pretty close to being in front of our railroad arch. Because we built this airport, right? And I showed this up, which I'm loving this airport. I showed this a lot, so I shouldn't show it too long, I guess. But this is fully functional and all. So I'm super happy with this. Well, if you want to see hot Dava, look at this. Hold on, wrong one. Do you see this beautiful lightning and all? I love the German in chat. Beautiful. But now, Dava, comes the actual point, and it's we have a railroad here as well, right? Because I want rail, and we had this built for a while, and I will need to dive into railroad, because I need to... Yeah, I showed this when I was showcasing the airport. They land here like crazy. They do some can block kinda drift on the landing. It's absurd. But my entire point is, Dava, I need to lay down all of the rails for this, because, well, you need to block space, right? And it's not gonna be perfect. I'm not gonna go in and work out the rail perfect everywhere. But what we want eventually is one connection from Los Vagos along here, and then we need to bring it into this city. This is the only thing I'm gonna put down for this city, kinda. A train station and a public transport hub across. Then we need one train to go up to our rail depot that we're gonna have somewhere here, and later on to our industry somewhere up here. And we need a rail line to continue up into here. And we're gonna need a rail to go breach off somewhere here and go up into this city. And we're gonna need a rail that goes somewhere out here into the industry as well. And none of this has to be perfect yet, but I need to at least block the spot for it so I don't overbuild it or anything. So I am desperate for rail advice, because I like traveling in trains and I'm very pro trains, but do I really care about trains? Do I really care about rail infrastructure? Have I ever paid attention to a rail network? Absolutely not. So as with everything we're building, I have no clue of what I'm doing. And I need somebody to give me some basic, hey, this is what a realistic railroad layout looks like. You should pay attention to, I don't know, certain heath level, certain, I don't know, max curves or something like that. Because I don't really know. I just know that both you as well as Canadian, and it's a two main train lovers of cities, use a shitload of one-way rails. And I have not done that too much, and I'm also a bit scared of them, because it seems like with one-way rails, I'm so much more gonna block my rail networks. But yeah, I don't know. I need to figure, because really, I don't need it to be perfect yet, but I do need to block the spot for it. And already here, for example, I struggle, because in theory, I would need 2 different rails to go up here, one on this side, and one on this side. But I would need to have them accessible from both sides, and this would just look clowny already, having 2 rails on both sides go off like that. I don't know, but it's something we're gonna dive into, so you're probably gonna see a lot more rail stuff in this channel soon. I mean, I would be so happy, like honestly, the Dava is the best in the entire city community at 2 things. One, he has to battle with Canadian for, I guess, and it's rails in general, and then there is one thing, Dava is the unquestioned champion in the community, and it's using Move It. But yeah, I would love to have somebody build a realistic, proper rail like Dava does for me. I never know, for example, like if I have a highway meeting a rail, what in real life is the realistic one to have to go out of the way of the rail? Like, do I bridge the road or do I tunnel the highway? What is the right thing? Do I give priority to the rail or do I give priority to the roads and stuff like that? I respect the topography, Andy. I actually been very disciplined in our save to mainly follow the topography. I think if you load the base map from Rafterman, this entire canyon is kinda like we have it. We claimed a very little land back here, and we claimed a very little land here, but well, and we went in here and made this big because we needed a place to get our rail out of the city, so I built a canyon here so I can bring the rail in here. You never destroy a mountain for trains, only for highways, okay. Okay, that's good to know. And in general, am I mistaken that if you look at US infrastructure, that it's common to bring the rail close to the highways? Yes, right? I'm gonna catch back up in chat real quick, because I think I missed quite a bit, but I was occupied talking about boring things. Wow, beautiful how Scotty is spelled as said. That is 10 out of 10, I like it. And I guess from Andy saying he doesn't speak a second language, I'm fairly sure that you don't come from any of the French-speaking parts. And holy shit, Dava, I think it's been your last stream. If anybody in my channel is not following Dava, in fact, I'm super bad with that, but for once, I'm gonna actually put a shout out for somebody. Just so you guys go back at Dava's last stream, where I hope that worked. I always use Firebot, so it doesn't show if the shout out worked. But I think I shouted out Dava, and if so, you should all check out his channel and look at his last clips. In his last stream, he catched a car accident while it happened. I never managed to do that myself. I only ever see the accident afterwards. And holy goddamn shit, I've never seen a more action-packed video game than Cities Skylines. It was absurd. Like, the cars were flying and bouncing and grinding over stuff, and they kept bouncing into other cars that also flew away. 10 out of 10. Absolute omega action movie in the middle of Davos City stream. I had an absolute blast. That was one of my favorite city moments I ever encountered in this game, not gonna lie. And did the shout out work by chance? Just because I'm never sure about. I loved it, Elgendo. After I seen that, I was like, oh my god, I need to pay it. For me, the only problem is I'm only always detailing this close up and not looking at anything, so I never run into them. But then when I seen it in Dava's channel, got them absolutely hilarious. See, you're grading, none of the grading systems you're saying in chat makes any sense for me as a German person, so I cannot follow you guys. I guess it's like that, even within the countries in Europe, the grading is completely inconsistent, so never really makes any sense for me for people from elsewhere. And surprisingly, this kinda outdoor stage wine garden area turned out a lot cuter, quicker than I expected. I am quite happy with this already. I don't think we need to do much here, to be honest. One thing we definitely need to do is recolor this horrible looking chair. Something like this, and then I never like the wood tones. The wood tones are always too dark. For our desert, everything here would be bleached out by the sun so easily, so I hate it. Oops, we just recolored that rock, but that actually looks pretty good, so that's not a misclick we're mad about. And while saying so many good things about Dava, I also, because you guys know my love language is bullying, I also need to throw some shade at Dava, because Dava kept saying he's gonna kick his router because he had internet issues and gonna show them who's boss. And then when Dava kicked the router in his stream, the router was kicking Dava. Dava looked like he'd taken away an injury and got them beat up by the router. Because I guess they do hurt if you kick them and you don't have shoes. But I don't think you beat up the router, Dava. I think the router beat you up, to be frank. Do you? I mean, See, only proving my point, saying that I don't think you beat up the router, but the router beat up you. If you're still in pain, then I guess you've gotten a proper beating. Yeah, seems like it actually. Honestly, this turned out so cute. For once, I did some build that did not take 500 ages, but was kinda fast. Obviously, we're not done yet, so maybe it's gonna take 500 ages, but maybe for once we actually built something cute without taking forever for it. Okay, what we definitely want to do here is gonna get some kind of decal groundwork in to get a bit of variation at least. Because this looks so romantic, I think maybe something sandy like this even works. We're gonna try him. Obviously we're gonna have to blend this a little afterwards, but I think we can totally get this nice. Now we're gonna have to place two here, one here, and then like this, good enough. And now we blend this a bit, and I don't hate it. Yeah, he did again. You guys, I hope the shout out worked. I tried to shout out Dava. You should all, I think that also got clipped. So check out Dava's recent clips and you're gonna have a good time. And in general, check out Dava's channel. But I'm so bad at shout outing people. There are so many other people that deserve shout outs, like Clovis, Elgendo, everybody, really, so many nice people in my chat always. So I'm gonna try to get better at regularly actually shouting out people. Maybe we actually want this one to go on top and blend it in a bit further here. I actually think this turned out really nice, and so we finished something in this build actually for once. We are gonna go in and actually put down people as well. I never know what I'm doing, Andy. It's not something you can ever expect. In fact, the entire botanical garden we're building here is a gigantic proof of me not having a damn clue of what I'm doing. Because I thought it's gonna look a lot different than what it turned into. I thought the entire botanical garden is gonna be this small corner back here. But then Metzger released this amazing theater and we kinda put it here on accident. And then we kinda started building this canyon and then things got a bit out of control. I mean, the next graffiti pack is the... I'm in shame for that, right? Because I've been in holidays a lot, which I shouldn't complain about, but I had little time lately. But I have multiple packs ready in my computer, and some of them are literally a build, like this is a build mod, it's in the game. Like, I know you're excited for this one, Wolf, because there is this in there, for example. I mean, it's pretty much everybody in my chat right now that's a creator as well, that has no graffiti yet, is gonna get one with this. But I had little time, I did not manage to finish it. I hope very soon, because yes, this should be in the game soon. And then we also have the one that I'm actually more excited about, this pack, which I love this pack. I think it's probably one of my favorite packs I ever made. but I need to adjust the colors and the sizes and clean it up a little. So I have this, and then I have a third one lying in my computer that I've not even spoiled or showed anything of yet. I don't know, I'll try my best to get those out, but I had little time in general to even just play the game. And I've been having so much fun building this botanic garden that I don't think I'll touch decals or anything till we are finished with this build. And since I want to use this build for Muse's competition, I will probably go pretty hard on this. So be ready to watch me play Botanical Garden Simulator for a few more streams. Okay, and we're in a vineyard for once. Usually we make sure people don't look too cultured. This time we're gonna make sure we only have cultured looking people with money in our vineyard. She looks very cultured. Yeah, the mural one I'm actually really excited about, because I really like the murals I made in the past. Like, I'm very happy with them. But I think all of them are kind of eye-catchy and take quite a bit of attention, right? And the reason I like this pack so much is that these are the exact opposite. They're very generic, boring walls, right? Which they're not gonna be eye-catching pieces anywhere, but they are amazing to fill normal space, right? You have a boring wall, you don't want an eye-catcher because it's too much for that spot, but you want something easy and clean to give your wall some texture. These are 10 out of 10 for that, so I personally will use these a shitload. This is probably my very favorite one out of all of them. What an amazing... It's so simple, it's so clean and easy. I really need to finish this pack. Soon, I hope soon. The thing is, as soon as we finish this pack, we're gonna also go back to this area. Because this is where I made the pack for, because I want the area next to our art gallery here. I want this to be kinda hipstery, artsy, with people going out and dining and chilling and then having like a lively back alley here. So I want a lot of art in here, and while this is detailed, it's not like super small level detailed. We're gonna dive back into this area as soon as I finish that pack, and we need screenshots for it. But again, for now, I think I really want to rock through this botanical garden, because I don't know how much time I'll have with work and everything in the end of the competition, so I want to get as far as I can. Now I have a bit of time, and then I don't have to be stressed in the end anymore. Yeah, well then go take care of the puppy. Huh? In fact, you better give the puppy a kiss and a cuddle from me, because I'm jealous. I want a puppy. Yeah, man, thanks so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful night. And enjoy the walk with the puppy. Well, he better get an extra one today. Oh shit, it's him again. Out of all models in Cities Skylines, this is my favorite one. Every time I see this model, I get happy, because goddamn, this man is making so much business. I will never be as cool as this person is. But yeah, that's my absolute favorite sim in this game. By a big margin, nothing can compete with him. And I wish we could actually sit those people down. Like, as much as I think it's important to play sims to get areas like this alive, it is just so silly that they're just standing around instead of sitting down. But what can we do? Actually, I guess Sunny is not here anymore, but I would be super curious because in one of his last videos, Sunny gotten the hangaround area to work very well. And I did not fully understand how, but I would love to be able to work more with the hangaround areas than we are. Because I do think even if the hangaround areas work, you still want to place sims in specific areas to sell the vibe perfectly, but it could be a lot less manual placement and more moving ones with some additional placed ones. But I think I am pretty happy with this actually. Now, one of the things sadly I don't know how it's called anymore, and I don't know if they have Suli in there. And no, of course they don't. Because Suli, or J for Suli, I should say, but there is a microphone asset in the game. I just don't know how it's called. Oh, here, J's mic stand. There is multiple even. We can look at which one we prefer. This. I guess this is too much consort for us already. Yeah, no, the very first one is perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. And I actually talked... Who did tell me that? I think Metzger told me that, but in the last stream we had, somebody told me why sometimes my keybinds work to raise and lower stuff, and why sometimes they don't. And it's related to the snapping. And I actually did talk to Triton about it, if that's something that could be adjusted in the future, because I would love to be able to use the keybinds while having snapping on as well. And it turns out the Triton is just using the game's native behavior that you get in the editor and ports it to the proper game. And that is the default game behavior, so that's not something we are sadly gonna see adjusted anytime soon. Which a bit of a bummer, but what can we do? And is there something we're missing here? I actually don't think so. Maybe, hold on. Maybe actually something like a small bar or something. Yeah, we do miss something here.
Place an electricity box.
Well, we also need electric. I was hoping somebody redeems that today, because yeah, we need a lot of them. I will do that in a second. I just want to place one of those food stalls so the people can grab themselves a proper wine. This one looks the cutest, I think. We're gonna delete the sign anyway and recolor it. We're gonna place your electricity box in a second. Actually want these to fit. Oh my god, that looks so much darker on this one. Somewhat like this, I guess, and then let's hope that this color fits a bit better from the start. Kinda. Okay, that's the door we just want right like this. Alright, nice. And time to place an electricity box, and actually we definitely want an electricity box up here. I guess so, but lights I would do at the very, very end. Like with lights, well, and then I usually tend to forget about it. So maybe I shouldn't do it at the very end, but I don't know. I'm never too sure where to put lights early on when I'm not done with the build. But yeah, I guess we can put some at that area. But the electricity boxes, I do love. I absolutely love these because I think they add so much atmosphere to build because it's such a cute detail. And it's so easy and quick to place those that I should do this all the time. I always forget about them. That's why I have the redeem. So you guys can bully me into having to place some of them. Because honestly, everybody should place electricity boxes all the time. Especially in those double combination, how I usually put them. I think they add so much. My placement of them is probably a bit too random and I should think better through where they belong. But I don't think it matters too much. Just in a shot like this, just them being there adds quite a bit. And since I said for once we're gonna finish something, and I guess you are right, we should put some lightning back to this as well. The question is what kind of lightning do we want here? Usually I tend to always like this one the most, but I guess this is more fitting. I actually like this because we don't... I wanted to give this a proper arch, but I think it's a bit too naturey for that. But framing it with those lanterns here actually is a quite nice arch. I guess even one pair maybe somewhere here in the middle. And then let's have a look. I don't want this to have bright lightning or something. I want this to be pretty romantic, and I think that's more than enough, to be honest. I like it. Good idea, Gaga. Because yeah, the vineyard and all of this, I definitely don't want this to have lightning. But yeah, this area does deserve lightning. And I guess we should even go and take this one. And just this one pass on the way to the stage. Give it like a few lights so that people can find their way there. Like this, and then all of the rest can stay dark, really. But this garden and then the stage, actually, I like this. What the heck? Is that default? is this one? I did not place those. Is that a thing on the East European? We have some other East European. Is that? I guess I delete them everywhere, so we don't see that. But that is vanilla. I did not put them in pink like that. What the heck? That's hilarious, actually. What the fuck? As hilarious as it is, yeah, I don't know. It's like this is literally. I did not do this again. Oh, this is fully vanilla. I have nothing to do with this. So. Don't ask me. And I see we did an absolute oopsie and oversight here. There is a car garage and entrance, and we actually put plants everywhere here. And I eat those and give that a proper entrance later. But yeah, what the heck, that definitely, as much as I find this hilarious, this cannot stay. I don't mind the pink Barbie house, but not in this location. This is not a right fit for it. And I don't like these lights. I actually don't like. Maybe we have to get rid of them. It's curious because these are a lot warmer. I think that light of these look a lot better than that lightning of these. This does seem too extreme and in your face. So I think we're actually gonna go in and heat those out. And go in here and steal. Come on, this, thank you. And we want a lot less light as well. Like, this is rural, it is a proper park, so yes, we want some lightning, but nowhere near as much and as bright as it was. Honestly, this probably is already good enough. Like this, I guess. But yeah, I don't want this to be proper bright. Are you happy with the lightning situation, Gaga? Or do we need more light? Because even in a road like this, at least here, I would say something as rural as this does not get street light. So I guess the road we should not touch up with proper lightning. And what was the problem in your program, Elegando? Oh, I hate, and I forget it every time, I hate that flashbang effect. Something still looks a bit too empty here, and I don't know what annoys me, but I'm not yet happy. One thing I definitely want to do is place a proper tractor. And then I think I have an idea of what we can put here as well. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're vibe coding, so I guess vibe coding is like 90% vibe debugging and 5% actually vibe coding. And we need to angle this very slightly. Wrong way, like this, right? Actually, that's fine already. I like this, and I think I know what we're missing to make this a bit more interesting. Because it's a vineyard, so we should definitely have some kind of tanks, and I think we have pretty tanks. Yeah, this one as well as the water towers actually look great. Where do we put this? Do we put it closer to the vineyard? I actually think not, because this is like the romantic gardeny part of it, and then further here I imagine it to be a bit more actual industrial things they need. So we want that, and then do these fit? I don't love them. What about this? I think this is a nice combination, actually. I guess so. That is a good idea, but I have no clue what kind of building I would use for that. Absolutely no idea what building I would use for that. One thing I do also want, which is one of my absolute favorite assets that everybody should always use everywhere. Where can we steal it? Here, we can steal it here. Is this JP storage hut, or the Japan storage hut. It is so lovely. I can never get too many of those. You can always fit this somewhere as small industrial storage. Bear with me. It's gonna make more sense in a sec. I just want to move the plants away a little. I don't think we have to do much here either. Like, I actually just want this as some small kind of storage place for the actual wine. And then this also gives us a nice reason to put a tanker back here. Do you have a good example of one from Google Maps or something for me, Elgando? And now you guys can see what I meant with those new Elgando dirty roads being perfectly matched to the one decal. Because guys, look at this. It's perfect right away. No blending done, no annoyance. It just, you put it down, it looks wonderful right away. Love it. Honestly, super small detail, but I do think stuff like this add a lot, because you add some more focus point to a build like this. I do think, when is the next ad break gonna happen? Because I have not taken a break yet. Oh, it says start soon. So as soon as the ad break starts, I'm actually gonna go take a toilet break real quick. Let's see if we can find this. I hope this drives around long enough. I guess. I mean, the circular crops, yes, I want to do them, but we need more space for that. So, oh, when ad break starting, I'm gonna be right back. I hope you guys enjoy your road trip. And I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I'm back. Sorry. And actually cool, because I seen in the end, from while coming back, how the car parked is actually great. That with the park vehicles, they don't always despawn, but sometimes they actually park and drive back. Which I believe, for example, if the police patrol drives back to the police station, it despawns and you get stuck at that word camera. So this is nice to know for when I break quick. What the heck? Why is that gentleman flying through the air? Where were we? Somewhere back here. Here, what is he doing? Sir? I have this every once in a while and I don't understand why they decide to just fly through the air like that. I actually see more dogs and people do that, but I don't get it. Okay, and now we have this. I definitely want to put one of those tankers here as well. And the crop circles you were talking about, Elgando, we're definitely gonna do. But I want to do them back here in this area. And I think I had enough of farms when we're done with this area for a while. So we need something different than farms and nature. We need some industry and urban areas. And then in future, we're gonna go back to some farming stuff. But area 51 and that are gonna have to wait for a bit. And have a wonderful good night, Gaga. Thanks so much for tuning in as always. And sweet dreams. Good night. Bye-bye. Is there somebody else streaming? Because I don't think I'm gonna make so long anymore either. And I guess usually Moose is streaming on Thursdays, but I seen that he cancelled today. So I was literally thinking that, because my stream schedule, usually, because I don't stream so long and I just stream in the evenings after work usually. My stream schedule is pretty close to Elgando's work schedule. Very often, when you say you're going home, I end my stream like 5 or 10 minutes before or after. So I guess, as usual, I'm matching. In fact, Elgando, I'm just streaming, so you have some entertainment at work. Otherwise, I wouldn't even stream, of course. Right, I like, and I'm tempted to put graffiti in this area as well, as always, but then I guess it's some kind of elegant vineyard area, so maybe for once I should behave with graffiti, I don't know. There's actually two things I want to build soon. When we're done with this, I said we're gonna move out of the farm area, but there is two more things. We're gonna go in this area and build a shooting stand, which, ignore all of the word stuff, is me trying around and me looking at signs. And maybe here, but I don't know where a good spot for that would be. I also want a like old school vintage car cinema. I've seen somebody in Sully's Discord build an absolutely beautiful car cinema, and after having seen it, I was like, oh my god, we need that for Los Vagos as well. And I want it to be kinda rural and not that urban, so I think the spot we just looked at might be pretty good. mean, seems very American as well to go to watch a nice movie in your car, and then while the movie plays, you hear people at the gun range in the background and hear people shooting. So I guess hitting the vibe correctly. How much is the time difference from you to me, Elgando? From Argentina to Germany? How late is it for you right now? Honestly, guys, I'm so happy. This area came together a lot quicker than I imagined. Obviously, all of this entire right area back here, I want to redo this entirely and get the terrain here a lot higher. And I want to build a nice area around this tower, and I want to build this out properly. But this entire part of the park, now we put the textures down, is starting to actually look pretty decent. Obviously, we're gonna need to do a lot of like small prop work and place sims and decals and stuff like that. But the general first layer of this build is starting to look really nice. Especially this, I don't know, I love this angle where you have so much going on in the background with the energy lines and the amphitheater, and then you have the stream here in the foreground. So nice. This is such a nice angle as well. For some reason the church looks too... This looks too blank yet. I don't want too much vegetation in here, but yeah, I guess it needs a bit more than what we have yet. But looking at it, especially from the distance, this looks a bit too empty. Yeah, man, have a wonderful night, Andy. And thank you so much for tuning in. And have a nice evening with your wife. And everybody watching me during or after work, well, whenever I stop streaming, I pretty much jump right to bed. It still looks so empty. What the heck? Is so much vegetation in here by now already? Like, if we're looking from close, this looks very green and full, but then as soon as we zoom out, this looks so bland and empty for some reason. Is it not missing plants? What is it missing? Maybe some actual chaotic round vegetation in between? I don't want to make it too shitty, but it looks empty for some reason. I have this sometimes where I look at something we built and I'm like, it's missing something, but then I can't really pinpoint what. And this definitely, it's missing something, but I can't really pinpoint what. Maybe the rocks are too far away here and we need to border it in a bit closer. I mean, the vegetation helped, but it's not doing it. The best would actually be going with boulders into the graveyard, but since we didn't adjust the graves, we don't really have space for it. Maybe here. I don't like this one. We want a one with smaller surface area. It's not a rock that is missing. I'm actually confused because I can tell, looking at this is too empty and too blunt. Like, yes, the garden as well, because we didn't detail that yet, but I mean literally just this. So it's gotten a bit better with what we've been doing. Yeah, not great. I think maybe we can actually fix this, giving a bit more variation with this. If we draw out the areas where we have the graves and make them really darker. Hard to see in this view. We're gonna check after we draw on this second area. Like, this is a bit hard to see. It adds a bit more depth. I like it. I'm not sure if this is the solution, but I guess if we just keep adding small, gradual things like this, we will eventually get this to feel more alive. I wish we had individual flowers, so we could actually put flowers and some candles down in front of some of the graves. I guess that's not something we can do. And I know people are always shitting on vanilla stuff, me including in this game. But I do think this church and what we're doing here is a good example of vanilla stuff not being bad. Sometimes it's totally enough to take a vanilla asset and just redecorate it, right? Like, we deleted out all of the weird vegetation and trails coming with it and just replace it with our own. And I do think just doing that adds a lot. Or even the layout of this garden, I quite cheated on this. If we take this building, come on, let me grab the building, goddamn game. Okay, here we go. The vanilla garden has the same layout as ours, right? Like, this looks custom made, because yes, it's all custom decorated, but I literally just traced the vanilla garden, which I think noticeable. Now I showed it to you guys, but if I would have not told you this, I don't think any of you would have told this. So if you don't only do that, it's totally fine. I think to every once in a while just sprinkle in something pretty vanilla-ish. I actually love that asset. It's one of the... I think it's a very underappreciated pack. It's from the Eastern European pack, which I think many of them are a lot too colorful, but if you can adjust the colors and make them more bland, then the Eastern European pack has some absolute bangers. Like, this is one of my very favorite houses in the entire game. Also Eastern European. And then this one, it's the level 5, I don't know how it's called. It's called 89 Dirty Road, El Gando's Dirty Road, because it's in your Dirty Road. But it's a level 5. The only thing I don't like about this, and we try to kinda hide it with the decals, if you look at this blue weird rain pipe, or I'm not sure how you'd call this in English, but I'm sure you guys get it when I say rain pipe. And also these, the canal for the... My bad, I'm not English, I'm sorry, so forgive my vocabulary. But the rain pipes up here, I guess, they are aggressively blue, which looks horrible, doesn't fit the vibe we want at all. It's one of the reasons why the decals and the roof are as hard as they are, because I try to decal over the blue a bit. Here is pretty visible. And sadly, I can't recolor the rail or the rain pipes out here, so they stay kinda blue. But beside that, Georgia's asset, and also this is again one of my favorite, and there is a few other really nice Eastern European assets. This is an Eastern one. This, I guess, just the same we just seen. This also Eastern European one, especially the low, like the very low density one is great. And then the entire palace here is funny because this is all low rent. This is Eastern European low rent. I love them. I think they look beautiful. So one of my high recommendations is always the Eastern European pack. A lot of the assets not that great, but a few ones in there really amazing. And actually, I can try what you just said. We can try that here together. Your rusty kells, but I think they're probably gonna... Oops. Wrong. Oh, no, right one. Think they're gonna struggle, because this is gonna be... They're too finicky to get them on that small pipe properly, you know? Without them bleeding ugly onto something else behind it. This one, if I get the angle perfectly right so it doesn't bleed on the building, then this actually is not bad. Here I can't avoid bleeding. Here I actually can. And here, yeah, actually here we start bleeding into the ground. I don't like that. I mean, it's a bit better. I accepted it. I just accepted they are ugly and blue and I have to live with that. Yeah, the smaller ones are even finicky to put though. Like this one. Maybe one of these. I mean, it helps slightly, but holy shit. Even for somebody who loves to detail as much as me, this is even too detailed for my taste. But yeah, I guess it does help. Like, this does look better than just these bland ones, so... Not thank you, because I don't love doing this, but thank you, because it is a good idea and it looks better. So I feel about this like I feel about me knowing that placing the chairs custom one by one is better. Great idea, and you're right, but I hate having to do this. It's one of the things where I always been thinking if it's worth it, because one of the things that we're missing with street art is not variety by now. There is so much street art, we're kinda good, but we're missing things that are really deep for round stuff like this. And yes, everybody can just make a local copy for that, but it's so tedious. I've been thinking of maybe just taking a very few random combination of decals and bundling them into one pack and release it as like decals for round surfaces. Because I do think that's actually somewhat needed, because I fairly regular run into moments where I'm like, ah, damn it, I can't properly place graffiti on this because the shape doesn't allow it. So maybe that's something we have to revisit. And honestly, the more vegetation and making the surface even deeper, it worked. I don't think the church looks so out of place anymore as it did before. Feels integrated a lot better now. And I think it's gonna get even better if we detail out these two areas as well. Then it probably should fit very nicely. With this one, sadly, I don't like that the roof. I cannot get a... I would like a very subtle color for the roof. But it's so bright that you can't really get a very light one. The roof is probably something where we're also just gonna go and decal it up to get this a bit less extreme. So I know this is a bit over the top, right? Like I would like to have this a bit more subtle, but I do think this is a lot better than when the roof is as extreme as it's been before. So I do think here, sadly, it's the way to go. Because I've been thinking that Elgando is here on your graffiti pack. You did actually, after releasing the pack, oh
Bye,
no,
have a great time.
the surface is below it. Oh well, I guess you're going. I can ask you that question another time, don't worry. Then enjoy your evening and get home well, mate. And I kinda mess up here, because I draw surfaces everywhere, so we cannot delete this one, so we're gonna have to see which one we can move away. This one we can slightly move, and then delete it, and then remove that note again. Okay, nice. Yeah, I will. Don't worry, mate. Have a nice evening, and thanks so much for tuning in. With Elgando leaving, that usually, like I said, is the moment where I'm soon gonna have to leave as well, and that is the case, like, in a few minutes, like 10 more minutes or something, and I'll probably hit the bed as well. Is there anybody that still has a good idea for what is missing for this botanic garden? Even though we are this dense, we have so much time for this competition left still. And we are so far progressed that we do have time really putting love into this. So if there is something where you're saying every normal, proper US national park has something like this and we're missing it, then shoot me please. Well, not with a gun, not physically, but shoot a message in chat is what I meant. Though I understand wanting to shoot me as well. I don't like that bump here. That is not beautiful. I actually don't hate the way it fades here, that is better, but I do want to hide this overlap. Something we have to go back on in a few spots where the overlap is really harsh. And can we use this one? Yes. Because the other one also colors the plants, which sometimes I quite like. In that position I don't like. I just want to hide those harsh overlaps, because I think they look really ugly. Here we blended already, here we also need to blend. And I think that was it. Here we did it already. Here we did it already. Yeah, that was all of the blends. And it's a really small detail, but especially if you look at it from further away, I think it makes a gigantic difference if it's a smooth overlay or a hard cut. This is the next area that's pretty much untouched, where I'm gonna dive into and properly detail it out. We will go in with a bit more rocks here for sure, but then generally I want to have less and less rocks in this area, so we're gonna start trying to fade it out a bit already. And then actually we're gonna fade it in a bit again, because here we want it more rocky, but that's fine. Like, I just want some variation. I don't want it all to be rocky all over the place. And I wish, really, one of the assets I wish the most for all of these nature builds, I want somebody to put a mesh wood right everywhere in the game with one of those binoculars where you throw money in the binoculars to watch through them for a few minutes. Because honestly, it feels like in every viewing platform in any national park I ever been in, you have those binoculars to pay for and watch through, and I would absolutely adore having that in our build as well. And I guess we can put the seating area here a lot bigger than we had it actually, because we want this to become a proper outdoor area. This song is so sad compared to all of the rest of the Tropico playlist. God damn. So calm and sad and down compared to all of the upswing Latin good music we had before. I guess here we make a small gap and then we can put another. Is that too much? I think it's probably too much. Yeah, just one more line here in front. Then maybe we can put some planters or something to make it more interesting, but I don't want it to be too full. And again, with all of these, I do hate the wood shade or the shade they come in originally, so we're gonna recolor all of these real quick. What is a bit sad is that if we can't get the hang around areas to work, which to my understanding we probably won't get them to work properly, we won't, even if we connect up all of these trails, which we definitely will, we probably won't get people to walk back here very much. So I guess we will have to go in and plot sims manually, which is fine, but I would love to get some movement through here. Here we sometimes do see people moving through. I already connected this, and even with a bridge it looks pretty nice and we get people walking over it. But yeah, I've been a bit lazy. All of the rest of the park is not connected yet, and it's something we have to connect. Which we will, but not yet. Probably we're gonna have it like past drawing and rock recoloring stream soon though. And I always forget how they're called. The umbrellas in this game have a weird name, so I always have to scroll for them. Parasol. This is the one I like the most. This shape is a lot nicer than the others. And we don't want to shade all of them. I usually think that looks a bit too much. But some variation, especially here in the left side. And this can leave a bit more sunny. Can we steal a color? I want to, it's one of those, oh, maybe this one works, but usually the UK assets are a bit weird. No, actually that's spot on. I love it. Because then, yeah, we do want to match this wall. That's actually really cute. And again, I think we did, since I put down most of the ground vegetation and laid down a lot of the foundations and layering here already, I think these areas are actually gonna come together kinda quick. We just have to redo small spots of vegetation where it's needed and add some more of the pure vegetation as well. And then I think it's mainly plopping sims and some small assets, but here we don't need much. Like I literally just want this to be the one place where when you go to this major main attraction and arch, where you go grab some lunch or a beer or anything of your liking and then go back on your hike. One thing I guess we could think about with this, if this does deserve a small play area somewhere maybe, yeah? Could put a small playground somewhere back here. I actually think that's a good idea. That's something to spice it up a little at least. Not gonna be a proper big playground, just a small outdoor area for kids. But yeah, honestly, since we did all of the shading and surfaces and stuff like that, just that little vegetation and framing around it has done so much already. We definitely want a grill. Probably not even just one grill, but we want this to have some proper nice barbecue. Where would that be happening? Here, I guess. I wish we would have one of those really big, typical American smokers. I am not an expert on this, but isn't the smoker kinda looking like this? Not really. Can we turn this into a smoker somehow? Maybe. I'm gonna put this here, just because maybe we can... after a stream, I'm gonna have a look at a smoker and see if I think this is realistic enough. Because actually that would be dope, like have a proper barbecue place with a smoker and then some normal grills as well. And I want to see if we have any planters that are small enough to frame this very lightly. Maybe this one? Yes. 2 of them, and then maybe we even... I think this is gonna be too big. Yeah, this is too big. I guess this one, so we have space for an actual tree, and that's totally fine on framing. Hold on, we want this, and we want an actual big eye-catcher tree. That's super cute. I love it. What I'm already not looking forward to is when we build this entire area out, and because we want to enter this for a moose and we want to do this the proper way, we're gonna have to go and plop sims down everywhere, which I guess is something we should start doing more and more already. In fact, maybe we should kick our booty and put down some sims here already, but I don't know. I'm not entirely set on how this build is gonna end yet. So I'm a bit scared putting down something before I know how it's gonna look. guess this is something we want, somewhere here in the back. Not very pretty for a nature park, but is part of it. The trash has to go somewhere. If somebody's wondering where these amazing trash assets come from, these are like many of the things we're using. A nice J asset you can get in Suli's Discord in the local assets channel. What else do we do here? This is so rural, I don't really want much stuff here in the back. Usually we have some... Well, I guess we can put a few boxes just so it's not... even better than boxes. Some barrels back here. Yeah, and then maybe one of those boxes, and then that should be more than enough already. The only reason why I'm a bit insecure placing Sims already is because I'm not sure if we can build this out to a like proper barbecue area with a smoker. I guess we can just do it even if this does not really work as a smoker. We're gonna just use it as such. I wish there would be a smoke effect in the game that's more subtle than the weird, how are they even called? Chimneys, I guess? Because we have this, which maybe this is good enough for the smoker actually. But something to give some light smoke effect, and I think this is always a bit too many particles. It's too big. I wish we had a more subtle particle smoke effect than that. Maybe I'm gonna try around with it here, but I think it's gonna be too much, sadly. Then I guess, being where we are, these people also deserve one of those parasols, but I want a different one. Maybe even a pergola here, to be honest. Nah, I don't like it. For a moment I thought this could be a good idea, but the more I look at it, it's also silly to have something over the grills. It's just gonna burn away. Maybe we could do something like covering up the area a little. Actually, I don't hate that. I think we're gonna cover up the area slightly. And the short one, I will just hide it in there. Nice. And now we want one of these, and then we're happy. We just fit two of them. Well, I'm silly. I just said we don't want it on top, and then I put the next one on top. Yeah, no, actually we don't want that. But what we do want while we're here is one of those play places. And they added a lot of really nice new playground stuff in, I think, 2 patches ago. Not the one where we got in the free piers and such. But this one is my very favorite. I love this. I guess partly because I absolutely love playing on these when I was a child myself. But also visually, I think this is super nice and a lot more interesting than the just basic vanilla playgrounds. Obviously, we're gonna have to move the nature away a little and then give this some nice surface, but I do like it. I think that's coming together a lot nicer. That is a surface. I've been looking for this myself because I did not have this surface pack for some reason. So I can't tell you which one it is this time. It's the Triton himself released that at the very start when he put out the extra detailing tools. And if you have that pack, then you get this wood tab, and it's one out of these wood surfaces. Yeah, I seen Fashion use those wood surfaces, and I immediately was like, what the fuck? I don't have the wood surface, and I usually have all of the surfaces. Especially if I like them, and I knew this is not Elegando's for once, because I have everything from Elegando. And I don't like that pack by Triton as much as I usually do, but that one was
okay,
amazing.
it's happening! Everybody stay calm! What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
Holy shit, welcome in. Nice to see you guys, and thanks so much for the raid, Prospero. That actually is kinda unfortunate. I was eyeing on or planning on raiding you today, so maybe I should just stop the stream already. But very much appreciated for the raid. But who am I gonna raid now? Because I'm gonna have to head to bed very soon as well. But welcome in Prospero and gang. Welcome in Paxi and Firefighter. We've been building for the Moose competition. I'm sure all of you know Canadian Moose. And he's hosting a competition about parks and plazas and something third. And I've been going quite hard off stream and on stream as well. And we've been building this Parky Canyon natural reservoir area, and then all of this big botanical garden around it, which we're still in the process of building, but we're getting there slowly. Today we built mainly this vineyard area and did a lot of the surface and ground layer work, and slowly I think it's starting to look like something. Yeah, man, no worries. Have an absolute wonderful evening, Prospero, and thanks for the raid. And yeah, for all of the new raiders, this is, well, we're gonna do the road trip in a second. I love that redeem actually. But this is our general build. It's a very deserty, very, very highly detailed build, where we spend a lot of time on small scenes and details and custom builds. I've been having a blast, and I guess since we just got a road trip redeem, we are gonna see more of this in a second when on a road trip. Let me find a, yes, I was gonna say, let me find a police vehicle. They are the very best to follow. And let's get half speed, and now we can do the road trip. There we
Place
go.
an electricity box.
I will do after the road trip, but you just ordered the road trip, so you're getting a road trip. And honestly, I love the road trips because I very rarely do them, but I think our city looks so cute by now from first-person camera that I am happy whenever somebody redeems the road trip redeem. Yeah, I'm already. Road trips are also nice because they're a quick break for me. I'm literally drinking while you redeem hydrate, but thanks a ton. Yeah, and for everybody new on the channel, in this build, one of the things that I guess is fairly obvious while we're driving around here, but we care a lot about on this channel, is art and decals, and I do a lot of these graffiti and street art decals myself that you can get on PDX mods as well. And I guess our city is one big build to pretty much show off our decals that we made. Because I don't know, for me, especially interesting and beautiful cities, they're just full of art and tags and murals and graffiti. So I do want the same vibe in our build for sure. This actually, I guess, probably, especially Elgendo should know where we are. This is my own shitty version of Dunder Mifflin, Elgendo. You as big Office fan should like this place.
That's what she said.
Well, yeah, that's indeed what she said. I miss Michael. Well, a road trip in a train that seems questionable. Is that a thing? I mean, we can... Actually, I think our train is just not that special yet. But soon, when our train networks are gonna get better, maybe that's a redeem I should add. But yeah, where is a road in a train? I think that's a valid question, to be honest. I don't mind doing that either, though. I have not done that in a long time, but I think the train we just have not put in that much love into yet. So I think our road trips are a lot prettier than a train ride could be, but you're actually gonna get what you asked for. And we're gonna find a train and drive through Los Vagos once. Because I don't think I've done that since we've been building this entire farm and back area of Los Vagos. Well, you mean trams, I guess. Holy shit, look at how horrible all of this, the rail, we definitely need to correct. It goes up and down and is so wiggly. In the part we're gonna drive through, it's gonna look fine, but back here, holy shit, horrible. Okay, that's the train we're gonna drive with. Well, as you know, sarcasm really translates the best in text, so as you can tell, I totally got that. Why is it so fast? I hate that it has to be so fast. Okay, we're gonna do this in very slow sim speed. Maybe 1/4 even, not 1/8. Yeah, actually 1/4 is perfectly fine for the train. Okay, here you get your road trip in a train. This is gonna look so nice from the train once we build this out, this train collision. Well, I mean, we have some people walking in the trains for some reason, which I guess is typical for cities, but I'm not loving it. That rock in the rail looked a bit big as well. I mean, some of the rocks, the low rocks, I think are perfectly fine. Just the big ones that actually go over the rail we have to fix. Also, we just full on blasted through that barrier, being halfway on the road. So, curious. And I'm gonna use a short moment while being away, because I'm always so bad, and I told myself I need to remember it more. So I learned from the shout-out master himself, Clovis, and he gets a shout-out here for once as well. Go follow the cutie, shout it out in chat, and obviously everybody should also follow Prospero if you're in here after that nice raid. But yeah, Clovis is so great in always shouting out people, and I talk about other people a lot, but then never actually use a proper shout out of Twitch, so I'm gonna have to learn. With this train station, I'm actually so happy by now. This turned out really nicely. But the moment we're gonna leave the train station, the city is nearly over and there is not much nice road trip to be had anymore. And I guess the Sims walking looks super weird because we're in 0.25 speed, so everything is super slow-mo like. But I just hate the road trip in this FOV if you run it at full speed. You did it, and I don't hate the road trips, to be honest. For me, they're a nice break, and for me, they're also a big reward of finally seeing my city in this look. It's not gonna be much longer anymore. I'm gonna speed up, so we're gonna have a really quick road trip afterwards. But now we've driven this far, we also have to finish the rest of Los Vagos. And we're running on 1 speed this time, so we're gonna be a lot quicker. Yeah, I have not forgotten about it. We are gonna place electricity box once we're done with this. And again, it's just 1 turn. We take this long turn at the end of the city, and then we go over the bridge and we enter ugly, undetailed land. And it just looks so quick in default speed. I hate the default speed for road trips and train trips. But yes, the moment we hit this bridge, it gets horrible and looks ugly. So now we can abandon, and we're gonna place you an electricity box. The question is where we place electricity box. Do we have any in this area already? We don't. This is a great area to place electricity box. Though this placing electricity box always gets me a bit sad, because the reason we have electricity box is my very first viewer, who I never talked to before randomly starting to stream one evening, that watched me place bollards and electricity boxes for like 4 hours. And after that happened, I was like, okay, if people watch something this boring, then I might as well start streaming. But the man gotten a kid, and since has been obviously as fresh-baked daddy, pretty busy, so sadly not nearly watching me as much anymore. But yeah, I need to sort some of the music, because most of the playlist super nice, but at least one of the songs earlier was a bit of a mood killer. Okay, there you go. You've gotten all of your electricity boxes. And we can go back into finishing up this very small playground area. Well, no need to thank. In fact, thank you for using the redeems. always nice for me if they get used. Do we have one of those sandboxes that's not super... they are always so small. But I guess it is the best we have.
Bye, have a great time.
Yeah, have a good night, mate, and thanks for tuning in. I'm also gonna have to sleep very soon, though now Prospero raided me. I don't know who to raid. I don't know who's streaming today. Because Clovey is clearly not streaming, being in my chat. Maybe Fashion is streaming, I don't know. But yes, thanks so much for tuning in and have a nice night, mate. Alright, really, this is a boring playground, but I think for an area like this is absolutely enough. Usually I'd say we need to fence this in, because it's dangerous, but there is nothing. Like, yes, there is this lake, which I guess is a bit dangerous, but I guess you need to do some actual parenting if you have a kid and not just look at your phone. So we can live with it. What I don't like is the colors of these, and then we're gonna put some actual kids around it. Yeah, I just love pastel colors in our desert. That looks a lot nicer already. And usually I like to, well, actually here we can do it. I think it makes a big difference visually if you actually place people like on top of stuff and give them interesting things. And well, we can not really place them on top because they can only stand boringly. But here that perfectly works, and I think it adds quite a bit visually. Maybe we're gonna try here. I would love to put somebody proper in the top of this, but I don't think we can make this look fine. Let's see. We can delete her again if it. It doesn't look horrible. Obviously it does, because she's the same as below, and we can't just double her this close. But I do think we can make this look appropriate. Okay, we put one down here again. And this time we're not gonna be silly and actually take a different model. And maybe it's more realistic if we turn him this way, so he's like kind of standing with the back towards it. I think that works. I actually really like this. Obviously, it's a bit unrealistic that he's not holding on to it or something, but fine enough. I climbed around in those like that as a kid, so I dig it. Good enough. And now we're gonna place all of the boring adults over here, and then I guess we should place some adults there as well and give it some seating area or something as well. But yeah, we just need to, with the Sims, I'm always so lazy. I always tend to wait till the very end when we build out a super big area. And then we have to play so many Sims at once that I'm gonna try for once, because this area is so big, to just place them right away when we are close to finishing areas. So it's not as much sim placing at once. Again, for people playing unmodded or with little mods, this is a amazing mod by Sully together with a Citizen Manager by StarQ, and you can get both of it on PDX mods, and I think it's absolutely amazing. Because really, we have so much or so little opportunity in this game to get proper movement and life into the builds we're doing, that this is really the best we can do in areas like this. Obviously, it would be nice if they would be moving and sitting down and actually walking, but they can't. This is the best we can do, and I think it's better than nothing, and adds quite a bit anyways. Because now look at this, proper buzzing resort. While we're at it, can play some quickly here as well. And I guess it's a bit mean, but usually the employees I take the homeless for, just because they are kinda uniform and dressed in black. So get some employers or employees here as well. And maybe even, because the right side here is a bit empty, maybe some small cute planters like this. Here I don't want to make it too full, because we have the barbecue station here, so maybe just like this. But giving this entire place a bit more love than it has so far. Honestly, I think this is coming together quite well. One of the things we still have to do, especially in this rural area, I think it makes a real big difference, is dirtying the roofs a little. It bleeds a little on the building, but I don't think it's so noticeable, so we can live with it. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. Even though it's just those few small sand decals, it just brings it a lot more into the vibe of our build. And with that, while having been pretty all over the place and jumping back and forth today, we did get quite a lot done, and I think we're on a good way with our Muzi build. I am gonna have a real quick look at who is streaming and if there is somebody on to rate towards, because I really have to hit the bed. And as always, thank you so much guys for tuning in. I don't stream on a schedule, so in case you wanna see me again and you're not following me, either gladly drop a follow or join my Discord, in which I usually ping when I go online, and it's a small bunch of very dedicated Cities players. So if you enjoy sharing builds of yours or screenshots of your build or anything, also feel welcome to join there and post. And for the few people who prefer YouTube over Twitch. I did make a YouTube channel where I literally just upload my Vods to, so nothing too exciting or special, but in case you are interested in that, gladly follow my YouTube that I do think I linked in my Twitch or my about already, but I'm not certain. And nobody that I'm following is playing Cities today, which is a bit of an issue. I think I know where I'm sending you guys, which I've only watched that channel for like 10 minutes and had a good time. So I'm not too sure where I'm sending you, but I like to stay in the same category, which is cities. So I'm gonna send you guys over to Cosmic Sunday. I wish you guys an absolutely wonderful evening, and thank you so much for tuning in. As always, very thankful and glad to stream to you guys. And with that, have an absolutely wonderful evening and a nice night, guys, and send greetings to Cosmic. Bye bye, guys, have a nice night.